Hi everybody, and welcome back. That's me. Anyway, today we're going to be making apple pie. And if you are new to the channel, this is the first time you'll see me make it. But I have done it before. But this is a special request for my sister-in-law and possibly brother-in-law. But anyway, it's 2.5 cups of flour starting off. And then we're going to go into 1 teaspoon and 1 tablespoon of sugar and salt. Okay, I said that backwards. The teaspoon is salt, the tablespoon is sugar. But I'm pretty sure I messed that up, but to be honest, I don't really remember. I don't remember. I think I did both of them a teaspoon, which is fine because the sugar is optional. Yeah. They were both teaspoons. Well, they loved it. All the pie's gone anyway. And then we're adding, we're going to mix it all together, combine all the dry ingredients. And then we're going to add 2 sticks of cold butter. And that's fun. And I wanted to do it all by hand with no machines because I don't want to clean all that. And I don't know, I want to be cool, be able to do everything without a machine. But yeah, I did that, and it was fun. It was actually much easier than I anticipated, but you're going to cut the butter into little slices like that, and then just add them in. It's getting stuck. Okay, and then we're going to add the second stick. And then we're just going to do that. Cut the butter in with our fingies. And then it's going to look like that with some buttery chunks. And then we're going to start adding cold water. It's about 6 to 8 tablespoons of cold water. I think I added like 6 or 5, and then it started forming. Beautiful. And that's my dough. How gorgeous. You know, this video makes it look like it took less time, but it really didn't take that long. I think what took the longest is the apples. That took a bit. But you get a snack while you do it. Okay, and then I'm going to cut it in half. And then we're going to just roll it into little discs. And then put it into the fridge to rest. Beautiful. Looks like big fat pizza. Wait. It's like big fat tiny pizza. Yeah. When the moon hits your eye like a big pizza pie, that's amore. Yep, and then we're gonna wrap them. And then drop them into the fridge. And then let them rest for about an hour. I let mine rest for a bit more. But when you do let it rest for a bit more, just know it's going to be a lot harder to roll. Because it's going to be cold. So you're going to have to let it sit out for a little bit. Just a little. To get it able to roll. Adios. They kind of look like pupusas when they're wrapped like that. And now is apple time. So I scraped off all the skin. Peeled off all the skin. And then none of the words are working. I do this, yes. To get rid of the core. I almost cut myself doing it too. But I do that to get rid of the core. And then we're going to make some room. And then we're going to do it to another one. And these are just the ones you guys see. I have to do the rest of them as well. Then we cut those into tiny slivers. because then they cook better and they cook more evenly. And no one wants a big fat piece of apple when they are eating apple pie. They want a ton of tiny pieces of apple, I think. But yeah, that's that. And then I left one because, yeah.
Yeah, boy.
And now we're making the butter, sugar, water mixture thing that you put over the apple slices. It's part of the filling. But I forgot to put the sugar in at this moment. That's the cinnamon. And it was like a cup of sugar that I messed up. And that's the flour. It's like 3 tablespoons. And I fixed it because I added in sugar later with a little bit of water. Because, like, look how chunky that looks. It's not supposed to look that chunky. It kind of looks like applesauce. It's looking kind of gross. But, I mean, I fixed it. But what I did was I grabbed some extra water and I put a cup of sugar in it. See, it's not supposed to look that chunky. And then I, like, poured it in there. See, that's what it's supposed to look like. You saw how it was a bit softer looking? That's when I added a little bit of water and sugar. It was like a cup of water. No. A cup of sugar. Yeah. Okay, anyway, we're going to roll out the dough to be the shape of the pie pan that I have. Beautiful. Perfecto. That one did take a while, though. Okay, and always make a little extra room for the sides. Because if you make it exactly according to the thing, it's not gonna fit correctly. Now we're gonna lift it up without ripping it because pie dough is super fragile. Fragile. Okay, and I'm using the bread scraper. There we go. And I'm cutting off excess. I normally make pie for the holidays. Last Thanksgiving, I made like 4 pies because it was in high demand. I'm basically the family's cook, which makes sense. I did go to culinary school. It just makes sense. Anyway, this is the topping. The top. I'm going to put the apple slices in. I didn't put all of them in because I didn't want it to overflow because I have a tendency of overflowing apple pie. And I just wanted it not to spill out this one time. Anyway, we're going to make the top. And I like to do the, I don't know what it's called, but it looks like a picnic table. I like to do it like that. And last time I did this, I did a ton of skinny ones, and it took forever. And I decided to do a kind of decent sized ones so it wouldn't take forever. Now, if you did see that video, holy crackerjack. It was painful, bro. And then I thought I could make it like this. And then transfer it over. And I was wrong because pie dough, like I said earlier, breaks easily. So I just had to undo it and restart. But this is my pie. Also, you're supposed to preheat your oven to like, I think it was 450 for 15 minutes and then 375 for 40. But I left it in there for 46 minutes instead of just 40. Anyway, we're putting the egg wash on it. It's beautiful. Wow. And then we're going to put that puppy in the oven. My husband is recording while holding the baby. Bye-bye. And there's my 15-minute timer. And there's me. And that's what the pie looked like. And now we put it to 375, and we're going to put it for 40 minutes. But I did end up leaving it in for an extra 6 minutes just to make sure. Okay, weirdo.
Nice.
And that's the pie. It's cute. Gorgeous. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys liked it and try the recipe. I'll have the recipe down in the comments. Peace out, homies.